what comes to your mind when you hear the word mobile, Android, or iOS games? I will tell you what comes in my mind. A microtransaction and loot boxes fill nightmare with inherent pay to win mechanics. But if I tell you that there is a game, rather a whole company which has been making video games free from such side effects, and that is the topic of today's video, friends. Let me present to you Game Dev Story by Kairosoft, which in my own personal opinion is at least one of the best mobile games out there. Let me show you. The first thing that you're going to notice is that trademark 2D Kairosoft art style, which pretty much runs well on any device. I'm playing this on a Samsung Tab S9 FE and the game runs just fine. Although I have to say that I do not notice any difference between the performance and graphic modes. They both look pretty much the same to me. It might be that the difference is so small that it is hard to notice, or only noticeable on older and possibly weaker devices. There is, however, a noticeable difference between the fast and normal options, as fast can be a bit overwhelming to newcomers, so I would recommend that you just relax and play on the normal speed for the first time around. Personally, I feel that the art style matches the game perfectly, and the game runs smoothly even on my Xperia, which is almost a couple of years old by this point, and it's by no means a fast or a powerful mobile phone. Well, apart from that, there are not many options to talk about, which brings me to the main objective of the game. And in case you've forgotten the title, Game Dev Story is a game about developing other games. How do you do that, you ask? Well, let me tell you. Select Develop from the menu that comes up anytime you tap anywhere on the screen. Select New Game, and then you're presented with a whole slew of options to choose from. Most of them are pretty self explanatory, except direction, which basically allows you to put more money into the production to increase the speed, quality, or even get more research data out through the development process. In case you are wondering, research data is the number next to the blue floppy disk icon on the top left hand side of your screen. And it enables you to level up your staff and is also used in some other special events for various effects. I won't tell you what those events are and what they do, as this video is meant to be spoiler free, and that is something you have to experience for yourself. Just know that research data is used to level up your employees, and the higher level that your employees are, the better your games will be, which in turn means more money for you. What do you do with that money, you ask? Well, money can be put into making more and possibly better games, hiring more and possibly more skilled people, and there's much more to do with it. Game Dev Story is basically a game about balance, trying to find the perfect combination between genre and the type of game that you're making, finding the right people for the right job, and also people with enough energy, as your employees do have an energy or a power meter, like the game wants to call it, and if and when it runs out, they won't be as effective, so just keep that in mind. Apart from developing games, you can also do contracts, which are basically short term tasks meant to be done while you're waiting for the next thing. They award you not only with money, but also research data, and we already know what research data can do. And all this business about making games and doing contracts is broken up time to time by events, which keep you up to date about the latest going ons in the world of gaming, such as new consoles releasing, developer interviews, game awards, etc. etc. Speaking of special events, there are also special items you can use on your staff, such as Dead Bull, which obviously implies Red Bull, but it's a funny name nonetheless. And these items are sold by a salesman who comes around from time to time. Now, there are a couple of things which I don't really like, and I hope Microsoft would do something about in Game Dev Story 2, maybe. The first is the music. It's just this one track that keeps going on and just keeps repeating. I literally have heard it so many times by playing the game and over the course of making this video that I hear it even in my sleep. Here, take a listen. Now, it's not bad or anything, but I sincerely hope there was more than just one track. And the other thing or aspect would be the challenge that this game provides. That is to say, that once you know about which combinations work in the game, and they might not always make sense, but if you know which combinations work, and if they get you high scores, and consequently more money, the game just becomes too easy, as you can just repeat your tried and tested combinations with maybe a little variety and make tons of cash. I really wish there was a dynamic aspect to it, but it will take you at least a couple of playthroughs before you really nail down those combinations. Now, before I end this video, I would like to tell you briefly about some other games from the same developer, Kairosoft, because they're almost all done in the same art style as Game Dev Story, and chances are, if you like the art style and or making games is not your cup of tea, then maybe some other similar looking title might be of interest to you, like Dungeon Village 2, a game about making your own RPG town and training your own band of adventurers to go into dungeons and bring back stolen treasures. Or, what about Cafe Master Story, a game about running your own cafe and watching it grow and also maybe earning all 5 Michelin stars in the process? Now, these were just a couple of examples, and as you can see, there are much more. Some of them I do remember playing back in my school days as a kid on my mom's mobile phone, and then there are some which I've never touched. The ones that I did play though had no battle pass, no digital currency, or even cosmetics like so many games not only on mobile but also on PC and consoles do nowadays. And that is what actually inspired me to make this video. And that's also the reason why I'm calling Game Dev Story, in spite of all its flaws, a gem. Anyway, that's all from me here at the SilverLight Studio. I hope you enjoyed watching the video as much as I did making it. And if you have any thoughts or suggestions, write them down in the comments please. I like reading each and every one of them. Till next time.